Tihir Sarkar is joining us from London. Tihir Sarkar's firm, Cleary and Gottlieb, works very closely with sovereign wealth funds across the world, all different geographies. And he is joining us today. Tihir, good afternoon. Thank you so much for your time. Help us understand the kind of conversations you're having with your clients who are mainly sovereign wealth funds in terms of the kind of investing approach they are taking right now. We were just talking about they've been very active in large companies tilted towards infrastructure so far, but now they're also experimenting in emerging markets, listed, unlisted, technology plays. Tell us the kind of chats you've been having with them, just to get a flavor of their mindset.
In time a little bit, because it's developed very significantly over the last 10 years and has become very sophisticated in terms of their thinking. There was a time not so long ago where the sovereign wealth funds were formed, and really they were buying trophy assets across the globe, really as a sign of intent and really to create some soft power. It was almost viewed as quite connected to, the political ambitions of the country. But since then, I think, for many years now, and some organizations have been investing really on a value-driven basis for quite some time now, things have changed quite significantly. And that's all the way through. They've got very professional staff. The hiring of teams are very, from investment banks, all the big investment banks, portfolio teams. The whole decision-making has got very professional and very investment-driven, So they are almost like a semi-private equity firms, like the Apollos and the Blackstones, and they are looking at investments, and they're looking to lead investments as well. Usually they have two different arms, which is one that's basically equities and hedge fund driven and funds driven, where they take pieces of the large funds which are professionally managed and they invest money for them. So there's that portion. And then there's the direct part, which is where they get involved in deals directly without going through an intermediary, another professional advisor. And so that direct part is where we're really quite involved with.
Tihir, what we are also observing is that the entire role of sovereign wealth funds is undergoing a major transformation. They're becoming even more center stage as far as playing the investing game is concerned globally. Emerging markets, developed markets, the Chinese tech companies, the global IPOs, US-based IPOs of high-tech companies. How are you really witnessing their approach evolve? Traditionally, they were looking at long gestation period, infrastructure projects, etc. Now they are, their role is much more bigger. Talk to us about that.
So they're playing a more and more increasing role. So private equity often when they are looking at deals and it's a large deal. So it's a large equity check. Obviously, the deal's often leveraged with finance, but some checks are quite big, multi-billions. Often when it's of that size, they often ask a lead sovereign wealth fund, they pick one, and to help them with the equity check. And so they are, how should I say, they are coming in early on the deals, on the bigger size transactions, because they are almost sitting side by side. They aren't quite leading the deal on those bigger private equity transactions that have happened over the years, like Tyson Krupp, Nestle Skin Healthcare, Medline just now in the States. Billions and $billion transactions. They look to sovereign wealth fund to help kind of spread the equity check, and they've kind of been a big force in helping do some of these bigger deals. And then there's this other area which I just mentioned, kind of alluded to, which is the professionalization within their own organization. They have got now private equity teams themselves, so they're willing to do direct deals. I mean, Temasek and GIC have been doing that a long time in India itself. They don't need a private equity person to partner with directly. They basically look at deals, source deals, and actually put the money in themselves, the full check. So things are evolving. They are becoming an increasingly big source of capital. We've seen not only private equity look to them, we've also seen corporates look to them now. MNCs where they're trying to do deals, where we're working on a Asian to the US, a very large multi-collar deal with a large Asian MNC, very well known, which is looking to syndicate some of the equity check on a big US transaction. So those things are going on, and they are an increasingly important source of capital, and they're also being more aggressive in the type.
Right. All right, Tihir, we'll let you go on that one. Thanks so much for joining us on the show today.